and welcome to our webinar on building long-term client relationships and making every client the hero. I'm Camille and I'm joined by my co-host Lisette. We're excited to have you today. Humach, we know that long-term relationships go beyond providing excellent services. It's about understanding our clients' needs, delivering personalized experiences, and continually adapting to exceeded expectations. So today we have Shar Bowser, VP of Program Management, will share strategies and examples on how to achieve these long-term client relationships. Thank you for joining us, and let's dive in. Shar, over to you.
Thank you. So, as a BPO, our partners are entrusting us with their customers, the most vital part of their business. We are either supporting the customer interactions or the technology to manage those interactions, or in many cases, both. And as such, we need to earn the trust of our partners by making the effort to learn and understand all aspects of their business. Not only how to process a customer interaction, but the whys behind the process, along with what wows their customer. Understanding the whys will create a more thoughtful interaction between the customer and our representatives. Knowing what wows a customer gives that representative something to strive for as they interact with all of their customers every day. As you're understanding your partner's needs and earning their trust, this really does begin on day one of any relationship. Once you sign that contract and you're starting the implementation and onboarding process, it's important to identify your partner's preferences for communication first. The who, what, when, where, why. Who needs to know what? At what frequency do they need to know it? And really the very important piece of it is why. Why do they need the information? Because this will help you to add meaningful context to that data. And then their preference with how to receive it. Do they want to have weekly, quarterly, monthly business reviews? Do they like stuff coming over in email? Do they want to work with shared documents? There's so many options in this day. It's important to identify what the partner's preferences are. As you work with your partners and you become established and you set up the regular business reviews or call calibration sessions, it's important to keep those at a cadence that's meaningful for everyone so that we're meeting the internal goals both for your partner as well as your own organization. Business reviews are a great time to discuss performance on individual KPIs, but don't just spit out data. Data overload doesn't serve any purpose. What you really want to do is talk about and focus on the strategies that are in play to ensure that KPIs are being met. What is working? What isn't working? What are you doing different because something hasn't worked? Adding some of the context and the meaning around the data is what helps your partners to understand their business needs, how things are evolving in the marketplace, and think to the future. As a valued and trusted partner, it's important that you come to the table always prepared to discuss strategies for improvement and obtaining your partner's goals. Outside of the business reviews, when you're in call calibrations, this is a great time to learn to understand your partner's perception of an ideal customer experience. What is ideal? What makes a poor customer experience? And again, what wows their customers? By having an understanding of all three aspects of a customer experience, that helps you to walk through the gray of call quality reviews, coaching sessions with agents, so that you're able to ensure consistency in call quality and customer interactions. When your partners have your trust, and you've demonstrated a consistent ability to be a true extension of their business, whenever possible, they will turn to you in their time of need. When there's downturns in the marketplace, there's shifts in their business, there's an upturn in their business. Their trusted and tried and true partners are the ones that they turn to for help and assistance when these times occur. This can equate to more business for your organization in a variety of ways. They may ask you to staff up on current programs. They may ask you to assist with launching new programs or new products, or they could ask you to assist with implementing new technology. For example, we have a few partners where we've had significant growth over the years. One of our examples, they've been with us for about 5 years. We came on board, we started working with one of their retail brands, doing customer service and order calls. Here we are 5 years later, we are handling 3 brands and all aspects of the customer experience for 2 of those brands. And that all came to us as a result of open communication, working together to overcome hurdles, whether it's our personal hurdles with our organization or their hurdles within their organization. So that's just one example. We have another partner who's been with us for 25 plus years and has a very similar story with quite a little bit of a different twist. They came to us. We started out just doing some small market research projects, doing some data collection and validation. As that division of the organization was able to see our results, speak to our results and our commitment to hitting goals with their other divisions, we set up a sales team as well, selling their products, both books and online products. Again, success, and we started working with their membership team. This 25-year relationship has evolved into a collaboration not only between us as partners, but within their own organization. They were very much a siloed company where each division did their own thing, marched to their own drum, and had their own budgets. But our idea was, let's come together every quarter for all the divisions and do a joint quarterly business review. This opened up so many aspects for them as they learned what we were doing and the services we were providing for other divisions, that, eventually we were providing not only agent support, but also technology from CCAS to CRM and even fax broadcasting services. So this was quite an accomplishment, not only for us as a partner, but for them internally, because they were able to start to collaborate and leverage their budgets more effectively. As you work to understand the needs of your partner and gain their trust, you will realize each engagement needs to be personalized to meet that partner's needs. There is no cookie cutter answer when it comes to partner engagement and understanding each business's unique aspects. This commitment to personalized engagement has to be an internal organization-wide strategy, so everyone within your organization is consistent with messaging and managing expectations, not only with your partners, but within your own organization across departments. This way, there's no surprises when you go to your reporting team with some great new big report request that came from your newest partner. Obviously, it would be much easier if we could just pigeonhole all our partners into a standard set of reporting options, but that's not the reality of business today. If you want to be a true extension of your partner's business, you need to be able to adapt and pivot to these needs. So while leveraging skeleton reports and previous experiences with other partners is a strong starting point, it's important to keep your eyes wide open to the aspects of your partner's business that may differ from other relationships. Adapting to these differences, whether it is with report creation or leveraging a new platform or understanding their views on policies that affect their customers, your ability to adapt signifies to your partner that you're completely focused on their customers and their organizational goals. Additionally, being proactive with your communication instead of reactive is key to success, not only with your partners, but again, also within your own organization. Proactive communication takes diligence and a keen eye on the KPIs and supporting metrics. It's important that your leadership team be able to recognize when metrics are starting to trend in a different direction, whether that be good or bad. Be able to gather feedback then on those trends from your frontline team and have effective conversations with your partners on your findings. These conversations need to happen before the metrics go too far down the wrong path, if they're going in the wrong direction, so that organizational goals aren't missed. Or if it's a good trend, you want to be able to replicate that in other aspects of the business for added growth. Another key component to establishing a strong partnership is a focus on continuous improvement. I'm just going to say complacency is the enemy. When you get comfortable and think everything you can do is being done, that's when you open the door for misses to occur. It's important to stay on our toes and continuously question even the smallest changes and trends. And again, the 5 W's. Who is being effective? Is it just part of our team or is it all of the team? Is it a segment of the customer base or all of the customer base? When did it start? Do we have any ideas what started it or why it's happening? And then once you dig into the 5 W's and you've asked all the questions and have all the answers, it's much easier to take a step back and create a course of action that you can take to your partner on what the path forward looks like. When you get into that desired place, where all the KPIs are being met and you want to do the little happy dance and say, oh yeah, we're there. This is actually the best time to take a step back and do a whole team review. Where does your top third, middle third, and bottom third of your team perform? My favorite thing to do is to ask my managers, if we were to take a step back and look at our team in thirds, and I could move the bottom third of your team somewhere else where they may be better suited, bring in some new players, and they were able to perform at the level of your middle third, what would your new team average be for that sales program? Are we raising the bar for our partners by doing this type of analysis? That's what we're looking for. When you get to that desired place where we're all striving, all the KPIs are being met, you're hitting goals, everybody's feeling good, we've done the happy dance and have celebrated, that's the time to be aware to not become complacent. It's a good time to take a step back, to do a review of your team, to meet with your middle level managers and ask the questions of where is your top third, middle third, and bottom third performers at? Can we push the bottom third to perform as well as the middle third? Can we move our bottom third to a program where they may be more successful and bring in others who can perform at that top and middle third? Doing this type of analysis and this type of team performance management is how you can raise the bar and wow your partners with improved performance. We have a couple examples over the years where we've had to adapt our strategies in order to provide that level of service consistently for our partners. I've mentioned a couple of them where we've taken on more brands, more responsibilities, maybe started offering up technology resources for them. As those things happen, it's important to manage the scope creep. Make sure you're always taking care of yourself organizationally, as well as your agents, to ensure that there's balance between everyone's goals. When you have to do that evaluation and maybe add more support to ensure that you're keeping the level of service, it's important to get creative. Make sure that you are looking at different out-of-the-box solutions that keep you where you have set the bar, because once you start to wow your partner and you give them that wow moment, pretty soon that becomes the expectation. And that's an okay thing, because that's what leads to being a trusted partner. As you adapt to those new strategies and adjust your internal models, it's important to make sure all departments are on board with that, whether it's your technology team or your HR team. For example, we did have a partner who had a dramatic shift in buying trends for their customers. This shift created a need for us to take a complete step back and evaluate our sales representative profile. No longer were we able to just hire agents who could competently work through standard outbound dialing campaigns, but we needed to look for a team of agents who could be inside sales representatives and were capable of managing and growing an assigned book of business, the sales process from start to finish. They were taking orders, doing follow-up after the orders, providing full customer service to those accounts. This not only affected who we need to hire, so our HR department, but it also affected how that team was going to be trained, so our training and development department. It affected how we were going to manage them, our operations team, and what the compensation package should look like. So again, HR and operations, it was a total mind shift for us. However, working through that internally and ensuring all departments and scopes with our partner were aligned properly created success in the long run. And all of those lessons learned have been applied to many partners over the years since then.
Awesome. So we talk about making every client the hero. How do we balance the need for personalized client interactions with the scalability required for managing multiple clients?
Really good question. So internally, one of the things we had to do over the years was really take a closer look at our organizational chart and say, where do we have some redundancy that the personalization may be getting lost? or it's not scalable. And what we ended up doing was creating a more cohesive role that focused on operations and client communications combined. And this is our program manager role. In effect, this role of the program manager has eliminated a lot of redundancy in communication. When you have redundancy, that's when you lose some of the meaning behind the communication. It also created a more nimble team who can easily pivot as client needs change. One of our newer partners has repetitively complimented our leadership team on their ability to quickly pivot and implement changes that are driving performance for their renewal business.
We love that. Can you share a strategy or approach for handling difficult client situations and turning them around?
I sure can. It starts with ownership. When there are misses, whether it's with missing a KPI or maybe there was a poor customer interaction, and inevitably that's going to happen to all of us at some point in our career, it is so important to take ownership of that situation and view it as an opportunity. There's always going to be a lesson learned out of this, where we can improve a standard operating procedure or look at processes around a customer interactions to say, is there something that could be streamlined or improved upon to ensure this doesn't happen again? But basically, when you sit down to have the conversation with your partner about this difficult situation, it's important to come to the table with what exactly occurred. Why did that occur? What are we going to do to rectify the situation today? And what are we going to implement to minimize or prevent this from happening again? That type of interaction with your partner will build the trust that you truly take all situations seriously.
That's definitely key. Well, thank you so much, Shar, for your incredible insights. They have been truly enlightening and are for sure to help us building stronger long-term relationships with all our clients. I also want to extend our huge thank you to anyone watching this. And before we wrap up, I'd like to remind everyone to make sure to use these concepts and strategies that we shared today and apply them into your daily work. By doing so, we can all drive mutual success and lasting loyalty with our clients.